The stage for the NCAA Final Four is all set, and we've got all the analysis you need. I'm Jude Allume with NCC Sports, here with our college basketball analysts, Frank DeLuca and Tyler Dudley. We'll start first with the men's NCAA tournament. The first matchup, we have the Cinderella story, Loyola against Michigan State. What do you guys think is going to happen in this game? Against Michigan, sorry. What do you guys think is going to happen in this game?
Oh, what a great story. They really are a Cinderella story, and I'm really hoping that they pull this one through. They've been so lucky the last couple of games throughout this tournament. They've come down to the last second each and every game, but against number 3 Michigan, they've got Michigan has a number 4 defense in the country right now, so they're a much better defensive team. Loyola Chicago, they do have Clayton Cluster, one of their best offensive players, but I don't think they're going to get away with those last second shots this time around. I think they're really going to have to really push through and try to play a lot better offensively, but I think their Cinderella story run's going to end here. I hate to admit it.
Yeah, even Sister Jean didn't have them going this far. But I do think the Cinderella story does come to an end, unfortunately. You hate to see it end, but, all great things have to at some point or another. And Michigan really kind of they outmatched them. Right. Wagner's a beast. They got Loyola doesn't really have anyone like him, so he's going to be tough to contain. And that Michigan team is as hot as they come. 14 straight wins. They haven't lost since February. They're going to be a tough team to beat, and I just don't think Loyola has it in them.
All right. In our other matchup, we're going to have Villanova against Kansas. Frank, who do you think has the edge in this matchup?
Well, this is kind of a different matchup than a Cinderella story. No Cinderellas here. We got a couple blue bloods. Kansas's defense has been a little bit suspect this year at times. They've had a couple hiccups. And Villanova hasn't, really. And Villanova's had a really consistent team. They've got a lot of experience. Jalen Brunson was on that national championship team, and now he's leading a team, hopefully, to the national championship game. And I just think that they move the ball too well. They've got great shooters, and I don't know that Kansas and Devontae Graham can really contain them.
Yeah, you said it, Frank. They're a very consistent team, and I think that's going to be key for Villanova this time around. Kansas is really going to have to push them inside because Villanova is just absolutely insane shooting beyond the arc. An average of 12 threes a game, how many teams do you know can do that and even consistently do that? That's what boggles my mind. I think Kansas is really going to have to get Devontae Graham out there, and he's going to have to be shooting, and he's not going to be able to miss. I'm sorry, but I think I'm going to have to go with Villanova on this one.
We'll shift gears a little bit and we'll go to women's basketball. Particularly, we're going to talk a little bit about UConn. I mean, they're pretty good.
They're all right.
Do you guys think anyone has a chance to stop UConn, Tyler?
I think they do, and I think Notre Dame is going to be the team to beat UConn. I don't know why. Maybe it's just because part of me really wants them to and just want to pull this through because UConn is undefeated right now. That is just so crazy. I think what they have to do is they really have to push them defensively. I think Notre Dame really needs to put a lot of pressure on them because UConn is just absolutely insane. Number 1 shooting team in the country, great defensively, excellent coaching, probably one of the best coaches in the tournament right now, in college basketball in general. So I think it's going to be a very difficult battle, but I think Notre Dame's going to be able to pull this one off. I'm hoping they'll be able to pull this one off.
Yeah, no surprises in this Final Four. We've got all the 1 seeds. But UConn's kind of that 1A. They're undoubtedly the best team. They're undefeated, and I think that Notre Dame's really going to have to keep up with them if they want to beat them. But I think you'd be a little foolish to pick against UConn. If they get upset, they get upset, but they're the smart pick.
Just a little foolish.
So we'll focus a little bit on Syracuse basketball here. A couple days ago, we got news that a heralded commit, Darius Baisley, decommitted, and he's going to be going to the G League. How does this change things in the landscape of recruiting going forward?
Well, nothing's certain, right? I mean, Syracuse thinks they have a absolute 5-star commit, someone that's going to really change their offense, but all of a sudden, it kind of gets the rug swept out from underneath them. And it changes the whole aspect of these college kids, or, formerly college commits going pro, wanting to make a little bit of money before they sign that big paycheck in the NBA. And it makes it a little bit difficult for the college recruiters now because you almost have to start considering paying your recruits because otherwise, how can you compete with a paycheck,
I think that's going to be the true talk this time around is again, he's 17, 18 years old, getting ready to just jump out of high school. Like, I couldn't even think about like going to play professionally. Even if I had the chance to, like,
Yeah.
I don't know that I would have like the mentality or like the maturity to go and play professionally. So I think this is going to be a really true test, not only of his character, but of his talent. Like, yes, you're good in high school, but is he going to be good enough to pull through and play as well as he has been in high school in the G League to hopefully get to the NBA? I understand his ultimate goal is to get to the NBA, and this is kind of his path that he decided to take over, for instance, like Marvin Bagley, the one and done rule, and going to Duke and then committing to the draft. So I think this is going to be a really true test, and I really hope his hard work pays off.
Gotcha. Tyler Dudley, Frank DeLuca, always good to have you guys here. Coming up next, baseball season is upon us. We're going to preview the season and see which team really has a chance to win it all. Stay tuned.